So are airlines going to start weighing passengers? Hey Pineapple Gang, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I have my own travel agency, pinetopalmtravel. My information is linked down below in the description box, so if you want me to be your travel advisor, go ahead and check that out and I'd be happy to work with you. This week's video was not a planned video for me. After reading a New York Post article and seeing the uproar that happened over it online, I just had to talk about it this week before people really go crazy reading this. Before I go any further, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. You guys have the power to help me grow my channel and I would really appreciate it. I do have some notes down below, so if you see me peeking down, that is what I'm looking at. Last week, an article came out in the New York Post that was based off of an online post from viewfromthewing.com. And the New York Post caused an uproar. The article did claim that airlines might be starting to weigh passengers, specifically targeting passengers that are overweight. But in reality, the FAA made a recent initiative to strive and get a more accurate average passenger weight. The advisory from the FAA states they are concerned that the average weight per passenger used in the weight and balance formula was becoming inaccurate and out of date. The advisory states concerns that the average passenger weight used in the formula to create aircraft's weight and balance prior to the aircraft's departure was out of date and needed to be increased. Let's first cover the basics so you have a general understanding of weight and balance of an aircraft. Without getting too technical on you guys, weight and balance of an aircraft is a formula found by getting the gross weight and the center of gravity of the aircraft. For this process to happen accurately, the weight of passengers, luggage, carry-on luggage, cargo, all need to be generated. This process allows pilots to figure out more accurately how much fuel is needed for the trip. Of course, the more weight on an aircraft, the more fuel is going to be needed. A passenger's physical weight and carry-on luggage weight is based on an average weight that is set by the FAA. This weight was previously set at an average of 170 pounds per passenger, and in the winter 175 pounds per passenger, you know, for coats and boots. The FAA recently raised that average weight to 190 pounds per passenger and 195 pounds per passenger in the winter. This is a direct result of us becoming increasingly overweight as a society and also carrying a lot more stuff with us onto the aircraft. I don't blame anyone because quarantine did a number on a lot of us. Maybe you're wondering why this even matters for anyone, but it is solely to do with an aircraft's safety and the efficiency of it. But it also helps them determine the speed of the takeoff. Kinda important. If the balance part of the weight and balance is off, it can cause serious problems with the aircraft becoming uncontrollable during takeoff to the pilot. I am in no way trying to scare anyone here, but I just want you to understand the importance of the weight and balance in aviation. Let's get into the article and why I was not happy about it and why it caused such an uproar. First off, we've become a nation that only reads an article's title and then form an opinion about that article without even reading it. In the New York Post article, the headline read exactly this: airlines could start weighing passengers before boarding. If you are someone that travels, of course that's going to spark interest in you. The headline also points at some controversial issues we've been having here in the US, like personal freedom and body positivity. And people were freaking out. I saw many comments of people stating that they were horrified that they would start being weighed before getting on an airplane. This is not exactly the case, you guys. Did you know that airlines with smaller aircrafts already do this around the world, and this is nothing new? The weight and balance can be even more critical on a smaller aircraft, and sometimes the passenger's exact weight is needed to ensure that the limit of the aircraft has not been met. Once you've been able to get past the headline of this article, the first line reads this: in a measure that will likely irk flyers, airlines could require plus-size passengers to step on the scale or provide their weight before boarding the aircraft. This first line is disgustingly misleading. So I decided to do some more research and find out exactly what is going on. Airlines might need to start asking passengers for their weight before their flight takes off. But It is completely 100% voluntary. Yes, voluntary. That means if you don't want to put your weight down or get weighed, you don't have to. You might notice when booking an airplane ticket or during your check-in process that airlines might ask you for your current weight. Once again, that is information you do not need to voluntarily give to them. There might also be an implementation of getting a passenger's actual weight by stepping on the scale once they go through the TSA screening process. This process is 100% random selection, and again, it is voluntarily done. This is not something the airline is forcing you to do. The New York Post article does send a message in their first line that airlines will be targeting overweight passengers and weighing them. This article completely lacks any details that might reassure passengers. Because this number is important, and it has come to the attention to the FAA that they might even be able to put scales in the jet bridges in the future to more accurately get the weight of the passengers on board and to make the process a lot easier. There is even some speculation that the weight on the scale will not even be read to the passengers, and of course, none of this is going to be done publicly. What I found, which will probably be the more realistic way that this situation is going to play out, is passengers would participate in getting weighed in. Again, you can opt out of this. You are not being forced to do this. This weigh-in will only happen in airports that have 15% of the daily departures for that airline. So this is not most likely going to be at every airport. Another reality is that they might ask our weight during the booking process or check-in process. Again, I want to keep saying this. This is not something that you're going to be forced to give. The information collected from the weigh-ins, or if you opt in to give your weight to the airline in the booking process or when you're checking in, the actual weight number that they are collecting will be used as a survey type situation. These surveys will help assist the FAA make sure that their average weight per passenger is as accurate as they can be and potentially notify them if the weight average needs to go up or down. The FAA is also suggesting that these surveys only happen every 36 months or potentially even every 5 years. So this is not something that's going to be happening constantly for you. I hope I was able to provide more clarity on the New York Post article and what is actually going on. Please remember that this is only being done to ensure the safety of the aircraft and to keep aircrafts as efficient as possible. This in no way is meant to target overweight passengers or make you feel bad about the pounds you've gained during quarantine. Who knows, maybe even their findings will prompt the airlines to make larger seats for us. We can only hope. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below if you would like to continue hearing new up-to-date travel information. And until next time, bye!